Hi there. Well, I have an experience that happened earlier today, this evening, and I wanted to share it with you. Well, first of all, for the past couple of days it's been snowing here in Pennsylvania, and some of you know that I moved in October. I moved the last week of September to my new place here in Pennsylvania, not far from where I lived, only a couple miles from where I lived, less than 10 miles. And so I live by a lake, and so the snow was worse because of the lake effect. And where I live there's a regular hill, and then a steep hill, and then another road, and then my house, and then I live on a little tiny embankment. But so we had snow here for a couple of days, and there was an accumulation of about 5 inches, I'd say, in my yard. And so I didn't venture out yesterday, and this afternoon I decided that was it. I was going to go out, and first off, I should have taken a picture of my car, my Beetle, because you could hardly tell it was a Beetle other than the shape, so it was covered in snow. So I broomed that off, and because I live on a little hill. Hi, Mia. Hi, Mia. Because I live on a little hill, I was able to go, without, there's no way I could shovel 100 feet of snow. I did it once last year, but I won't do that again. So I was able to get out of there, and the roads were cleared because of the plows and everything. So I went out today, and I went to the post office, and there was a present there from one of my friends from a long time ago. It was still my friend, and he sent me a lovely candle. Thank you so much. I can't wait to burn it. And my I'm going off track a little bit. My whole thing has been knee socks. I've been ordering knee socks. I just decided to do that because my legs are cold, and so they arrived. It's a company called Little Miss Matched, MISSMATCHED, and they're called over-the-knee socks, but for a larger person, they're knee socks, so they're wonderful. They don't cut into your legs. So it's windy outside. My chimes are going like crazy. So anyway, I was out for the afternoon, and then toward the evening I went shopping, and then I was headed toward home, and didn't really think anything of it. I mean, it had snowed a couple of times. I went to Walmart, things like that, and it had, there were flurries and everything, but I was a half hour away. So, like I said, there's a regular hill, and then there's a steep hill. There's also another choice, which is a really big hill, but I've always used the steep hill, and then the road toward home. And so I drove up the regular hill, and then I went around the curve and started up the steep hill. Well, it was snow covered, and it had been icy for the past couple of days, but again, it had been plowed. So, but however, with the new snow covering and the enough ice underneath the snow, I made it 3/4 of the way up the steep hill, and the car wouldn't go anymore. And obviously I wasn't going to try and do anything with the transmission, so as soon as it stopped, I hit the brakes and panicked, basically. I didn't panic, but my mind panicked. because that's never happened to me before. And I'm on a very steep hill, and the only way I'm going to go is down. And so there's a house there, and which apparently has like 2 little driveways, and what I was able to do is to back down, creep down enough to kind of back in, like I slid kind of into the second driveway, but not really into the driveway. I mean, it wasn't safe. It was like I was just like sliding, and then got to a position where I kind of inched myself sideways, and then I paused for a good 10 minutes and just frozen. I was frozen with fear. And by myself. You know, it was dark. There weren't people around, and you know, I'm usually, you know, I'm by myself all the time anyway, so that wasn't the issue. It was just the fact that I was in a really big predicament, and I was alone, and I had to figure things out. And so, and every time I like tried to turn, like, you know, my car just shoved itself too. So it was like I knew I was going to go down the hill, so, but I wanted to make certain that I had a little bit of, like, that I had control of the car. And so after my frozen, you know, mind block episode, I decided to keep trying to turn completely around, and I was able to do that. And then, see, going down the hill, there's a sharp, like 45-degree, you know, almost 45-degree angle. So, and beyond that, like, you know, if you just kept going straight, you just end up in trees and someone's yard and a house and all that. I mean, it's just really dangerous. So I decided to come down in the ditch side, like not in the ditch, but hugging near the ditch, so that in the case of an emergency, I'd be able to like stop my car rather than fly down to the bottom of the hill. So, and I went down in second gear and blah blah blah, and I inched and inched and inched my way down, and I made it. I mean, it was just the very beginning, like 2/3 of the way I was just like inching, and then the last I was okay. So, but it was scary, and it's very odd to be in that situation, and you know you're almost home. And so the only other choice, I had 2 choices. I could either park near this restaurant and walk home, or I could try the big hill. And the only reason why I decided to try the big hill is that I had a long, it's graduated, and a straightaway. So if I did need to come back down from, you know, like in the same situation, there wasn't a sharp curve that I needed to panic about. So I decided to step on it and go up the big hill, and I had enough movement that I made it. I made it up the big hill, and I made it home within a matter of a few minutes. So, but then I got home, and you know, I couldn't get to my house. I had to park at the bottom of my hill and bring all my stuff up. But I was thinking,